Coming up, the current rules in Benidorm, changes in the scenery and travel rules from the 19th of July. Welcome back to our Benidorm Forever videos. My name's Michelle Baker. I've lived in Benidorm most of my life and love it with an absolute passion. I admit I do see Benidorm through rose-coloured glasses sometimes, but I never sugarcoat the truth. And since many of you won't have been here for some time, I'd like to show you what's changed, remind you how beautiful it is, in the hope that some of you will come and visit us this summer. Benidorm is absolutely beautiful, just look. And as locals we've had fun enjoying the resort whilst it's been quieter, especially the beach. But sadly there's no denying the crippling effect the pandemic has had on the local economy, with many bars, hotels and businesses still closed. So the promise of more tourists from July the 19th is very welcome news indeed. So if you're planning on visiting Spain this summer, you will need to present a negative test taken 3 days before you arrive, or proof that you've been fully vaccinated. Then you have to take a test 3 days before you go home, plus another on day 2 after returning. But your tour operator can help you with this. TUI, for example, are offering an affordable testing package from just £20. Once here, you are required to wear a mask inside all public places except when seated in bars and restaurants. You are also encouraged to do so outdoors where there are crowds. Hand sanitizing and social distancing are second nature to us now, even on the beach, space permitting, where there are no longer 2-metre square pitches marked in the sand. There's a 6-metre strip from the shoreline reserved for walking to avoid overcrowding, and the beach is closed for cleaning as always at 9 p.m. Sadly, the infection rates in Spain are on the increase, but mostly amongst youngsters who are currently not yet vaccinated. So, in an attempt to curb the increase, the current restrictions means our bars and restaurants must close at midnight. There's a maximum of 6 people allowed per table inside and 10 outside. And so to some of the changes you'll see in resort when you come back, because from the familiar bar names to the streets you used to walk and even the direction of the traffic, so much has changed in Benidorm in this last 15 months, even our iconic skyline. Over on the Poniente beach, the famous gold in-tempo building now has some new neighbours. The Sunset Waves luxury apartment complex, shaped like 2 sails, are available to buy from the bargain price of €330,000. Nearby on the Poniente beachfront is the brand new Delphin Tower. This one's definitely shaped like a sail and will be home to 44 luxurious apartments when it's finished, with apartments costing between a cool €700,000 up to €1.5 million. This stunning piece of modern architecture sits in complete contrast to its adjacent mother building, the 5-star Hotel Delphin, one of the oldest and most treasured hotels in Benidorm, dating back to the early 60s. The prediction is that the Poniente side of town will become the stylish side of the resort, and indeed looking at these new builds it certainly looks that way. But moving across to the Levante side of town, there's plenty of changes taking place here too, like the Hotel Ambassador Playa on the Calle Girona, which has been almost demolished and rebuilt since you were last here, and now its shiny pink balconies are a new landmark for the part of town you know so well. Just around the corner on Calle Filipinas, we've a completely new hotel right opposite the Hotel Presidente. As yet unfinished, this occupies the spot where the old Arcos Hotel stood and should be finished by the end of the year. One much needed change currently taking place is the long overdue update of Calle Mallorca, better known to most viewers as the Square. The €1 million makeover is replacing all the old pipes with new ones, hopefully putting an end to the timeless sewage issue in that area in the underground clubs. And above ground there will be swanky new paving, new seating and new palm trees, which hopefully won't get used as toilets anymore. And although the completion date has been and gone, we are assured it's imminent and will be ready to welcome you when you're next here. But the most talked about architectural change that has taken place in the last 2 years here in Benidorm is that of the Avenida Mediterraneo. This main artery that runs across the resort has had a complete facelift that started long before the pandemic. Starting with the messy relaying of the pipes to channel the rainwater from the drains, thus protecting our beautiful beaches from the damaging impact of the floods. The 2 years of rubble has been well worth it when you see the now finished result. A stunning, wide, tree-lined avenue, overhung with state-of-the-art lighting, designated cycle lane and with just one lane of traffic. Although not everyone is happy about this particular change, as the 10km speed limit and threat of heavy fines has made motorists miserable. But the green travellers are delighted. E-bikes, scooters and Majmobiles have a lane all to themselves. Sadly, the biggest change of all, of course, is how few people there are in resort. Yes, the beach is packed right now, as is the old town, but it's mostly Spanish nationals, which is all well and good, but the local businesses need the international travellers' holiday spends to make ends meet. And if you take a look at the streets in the Rincon, where the majority of the hotels are, you can see just how desperate our plight for international travel really is, and especially for visitors from the UK. With the exception of the eve of the football final, when the terraces were packed and the atmosphere buzzing, it's mostly very quiet, with street after street of closed bars, and those that are brave enough to open are mostly struggling, as the hotels. This is why we do hope that these slight easing of travel restrictions will encourage some holidaymakers to visit our beautiful resort this summer. After all, we know you need Benidorm just as much as Benidorm needs you. We really hope you enjoyed this first taste of our second series and can help us by subscribing to our channel and sharing our videos. We don't work for anyone. We make these videos for the love of our resort ourselves. So the more people who see them means the more people might come and visit. Thanks for watching.